Hey YouTube, these are three examples of lenticular prints. The two birds is a holographic print, the pumpkin is a lenticular animation, and the small HP one at the bottom is actually a combination of both. It has both animation and a hologram. The special thing about the HP lenticular print is it's actually a two-dimensional print and not just a one-dimensional. Looking first at the animation, we can see that there are 10 frames of video encoded into this card. As you tilt the card forward and backwards, you can see different frames of this animation. Done at the right speed, it looks kind of like video. In the holographic card, tilting it from side to side has the effect of making it look like you're moving your point of view in front of a three-dimensional scene. It's important to note that holographic cards will always appear to move when tilted side to side, but animation ones will appear to move as they're tilted back and forth. Looking at the HP security hologram, we can see that there's motion in both directions. Tilting forward and backwards causes the checkmark and OK to move independently, whereas tilting them from side to side causes them to move together. Also, you can see the QR code changes form in the small cell phone on the lower right. To understand how the lenticular prints work, we have to take a look at them close up. Here's a one-dimensional lenticular screen, which was from the animation cell. It's made up of clear half cylinders that cover the entire print. Looking at the animation print side on, we would see the backing, which has the image actually printed on it, and a series of bumps made of clear plastic through which you look to see the animation. Behind each of these clear bumps, there's actually a gradient of color, or if it's going to be a sharp change, there's just a very sharp change in color. For this example, I'm going to have an animation that as the card tilts, it changes very quickly from red to blue. As you look through the lenticular screen at the striped print behind, you see something different. If you're looking from the bottom, you are looking through that clear piece of plastic and you see red. The red actually fills the lens entirely because it acts a little bit like a magnifying glass. When you look down from the top, you see blue, and that blue appears to fill each of those little lenticular lenses completely. A quick real-world example is to look through a round glass of water at something that has a very sharp difference in the background. Here I'm using a whiskey glass to show that when looking from one side, you see the red of the box, and when looking from the other side, you see the white of the wall behind it. By placing a color gradient or a sharp change behind each of those long lenticular lenses, tilting the card appears to change each long lens through that gradient or sharply to a different color. When these stripes are horizontal, both eyes see the same thing, so it appears to be an animation. But when you turn the card sideways, each eye sees a slightly different image because one eye is looking through the lens in one direction and one eye is looking through in the other direction. This makes the animation look like a hologram if it's properly put together. The security HP hologram works in a very similar way to the one-dimensional postcard holograms, except it uses a two-dimensional lenticular array. A lenticular array is just a lot of very small lenses put together in kind of a honeycomb pattern. What you see through each of these lenses is still very dependent on the direction through which you look. Like the one-dimensional array, except for you can look from any direction, top, bottom, or side to side, and you will see a different image, because behind each one of these little micro lenses is a two-dimensional print instead of long one-dimensional stripes. Here a lens is placed in front of an image. It can be thought of like a single pixel on a computer screen. By moving left to right and up and down, you can change the color of the pixel through a two-dimensional space. Having a two-dimensional array means that you can have two effects. Tilting backwards and forth causes an animation type effect, whereas moving side to side shifts you through the parallax. When you look at this with your eyes, it appears as though the check marks and OK are on a different plane than the rest of the image. Interestingly, this is also visible when you change the focus of the camera. I'm not 100% sure how this is accomplished, because to look at it by eye, the check marks and the OK both look like they are in focus at the same time as you are looking at the surface of the hologram. Although lenticular prints are not the most complicated type of hologram, they're still fairly interesting, and as shown by the HP security hologram, there's some very complicated things that can be done with them. I hope you found this interesting. If you'd like to see more videos like this, check out my channel. Thanks for watching.